Hi y'all, where to begin homestead here. We decided to go ahead and do a video for the holiday collaboration started by Two Family Homestead. So come on into the kitchen and we'll make up something sweet. One of our Christmas traditions is making hardtack candy, and we make several batches. We give it out as gifts and everybody really enjoys it. So I'm going to show you how to make it. So first off, very important, you'll need a candy thermometer. You just have to have one of these. They're very inexpensive. Light Karo syrup, sugar, food coloring if you choose to have your candy different colors. We do, so we can tell the different flavors. And then we use the Loran candy oils. We really like these. They're very cheap. They come in a 2-pack for like $2.50, I think. And then you'll need sugar and water. And so I'll show you how we make it. It takes a little time. We usually do double batches, but I'm going to do a single batch this time. You'll take 2 cups sugar, 1 cup water, and 2/3 cup light Karo corn syrup. Now I turn that on to about a 2 or 3, just a low to medium heat. This stage you just want to keep stirring it until this dissolves, till that sugar melts and blends in with that Karo syrup and the water. You can always tell when it has all dissolved. It looks really glossy. See that really glossy in there? So that's all good and dissolved. We'll leave the temperature on the medium-low and put my thermometer in here. You want to make sure your thermometer is not touching the bottom of the pan, but just in that hot liquid. And you're going to watch it. And the hardtack is 300 degrees, but before it gets there we add the coloring and let it boil in there so it mixes all together. So this is now at 200. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to get that white and then it'll dissipate into the rolling boil. Okay, now that our temperature is about 250, we're going ahead and do the coloring. I am making grape, so we're doing half red and half blue for purple. I'm going to do 3 drops of each and see how dark that turns out, and then you'll go from there. So as it boils, it's going to incorporate that color, make purple. We still need to get it to 300 degrees though, so, and it takes a little time. I think we're on 20 minutes now. This is a single batch. A double batch, if you was going to do it, it would take a little longer. In the meantime, you can get your pans ready. I use these cheap pans because the flavoring will infuse. You will not need, you do not want to use these pan for anything else after that. You try to make pizza on this and it's going to taste great, or spearmint or peppermint or whatever candies you make, so just be aware of that. But I lightly spray it with some cheap cooking spray and wait for our candy to get done. While you're waiting to get to 300, go ahead and open your oil. They're little boogers to open sometimes. So go ahead and get that seal off so you'll be ready when it gets there. Okay, it's at 300. So I'm going to bring it over here and I'll show you how it's boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the thermometer. And now I use a wooden spoon. And then set this like there. Make sure you be careful before you put the oil in to let it quit boiling. So we got a nice purple. I did had to add a couple more drops of each food coloring, but the grape is also colored, so it'll be fine. So when it's done boiling, be sure to keep your face out of it, because the flavor could come up and rush into your face, and it is very strong. See how it's steaming? I'm going to get that flavoring in there and start stirring it. The flavor itself is colored, so now it's going to be a deeper purple for grape. Just be sure to keep your face out of it. It's incorporating very well. Now you just pour it onto your lightly sprayed sheet, cookie sheet. I'm using the $1 pizza pan. When the kids were small, we used to let it cool a little bit and then cut it with scissors so we could round the edges so they could enjoy it too. Now we don't, because we don't have any little kids. Now we just bust it with a hammer, or just bust it into pieces. It goes a lot quicker. So So there is your candy. We're going to let it cool, and then my daughter likes to bust it, she'll bust it. When you're making candy, I run hot water in this as quick as possible. Then that way it doesn't stick, because it's very sticky, and when it dries, it's hard. So there's your candy, and I'll show you how she busts it up when it cools. I just wanted to show you a few alternatives. The first batch we done was the grape, and you seen my daughter, she smashed it, she likes it, she enjoys it. But this one, I'm going to take there's several ways to do this, so I'm going to take a pizza cutter, and I sprayed it with a little cooking oil, and I let this cool for a bit, and all I'm aiming for this is to score it. That way we can get smaller pieces. This way we can judge this. We're still going to have to crack this, but when we do crack it, because we scored it, it is going to be more uniform, and it's just going to hopefully not go everywhere. I do have a couple more ways I'll show you on how you can get this done. So we're going to turn it, and we're just going to go the opposite direction. And like I said, you have to let this cool a bit to be able to do this. But if you let it cool too much, you won't be able to score it. And we're just aiming to score this. This is another way. Another way is using scissors, but then you have to hold it and roll it in your hand. And it's very time consuming, and it's very hot. This is still really hot. So when this is cool, I'll come back and I'll show you how it's cracked. Okay. And the fourth way that I know of doing this is by putting it in these molds, and you just drizzle it in there and keep going. I've learned that 2 of these molds will hold a batch of candy. And I try not to make it fill it up, because that's a large piece of candy if you fill them up. So, but you may have a different size if you have these silicone molds. So I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to show you Katrina. And yeah, the easiest one there is. Is that easy?
Yeah. Easiest one. Easy peasy. Easy peasy.
Thanks for hanging out with me and making candy today. I'm going to finish some more batches. Y'all have a great day, and y'all come back.